Okay. Oh, shoot. I don't want to go anywhere. Let's see. That. So, game looks like this. I guess I should probably introduce this for people on YouTube. So, I'm finally streaming this game. And none of them, well, none of them, a lot of them haven't seen the game before. So, old school JRPG. You know, very much in the style of, like, Dragon Quest 1 and whatnot. You're one singular dude, and at the beginning of the game, you can choose between either the mage or the warrior class. I went with the mage because I thought it would be more interesting. And one of the big premises of the game is the monsters teach you spells. So this guy, for example, can teach me a effectively Confuse Ray type spell. They only know a couple, so it's pretty easy to figure out exactly which ones, which ones actually teach what, and so on and so forth. They also will give you money or crafting resources, kind of depending. They also don't kill them, which is kind of interesting. But so, for the most part, you have a lot of, like, kind of alternate paths. Oh yeah, no random encounters now. They turn that off. Now they actually have monsters that'll follow you around and try and wreck you. I'm pretty overpowered for this, ish. The enemies still do a lot of damage to me because I'm a mage and slow, but I pretty much one-shot every single thing I come across with, like, extreme prejudice. Oh. The monkeys actually give a decent amount of EXP. There's a crafting sticky on the Steam discussion page. There is? Okay, I gotta look this up. Because that's something. You can actually... There's a crafting system. It's not too considerable, but still. Okay, so wooden staff, wood is staff, wood leather is leather shield, iron wood is wooden staff, iron bar, iron plus string is a necklace. I don't know if I've made one of those yet. Okay, level 2 crafting, iron bar, wooden staff, this is berserker's staff, iron bar, sword, great sword, iron bar, leather shield is iron ball shield, staff plus staff is a spell staff. I did wooden staff plus iron bar, which got me a rod. Let's see, do we have anything else? Leather plate plus leather plate is a padded vest. Storm boots. Okay, so it looks like just doubling up on things. And meteors are currently disabled and will be added later. Got it. Alright, well, let's just kind of wander around. That's nice, though. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to go wreck things for a little bit, and then we're going to go fight some pirates. Anyway, how to describe the rest of this? So, the entire premise of the game, the plot of the game is, like, monsters are pouring out of somewhere, people have been kidnapped, and for some reason it's your character's job to save them. You effectively start in a forest, like, fight maybe one monster, have a crisis of faith, and then proceed to split into two separate individuals. At which point, the pink version of you is kind of an asshole, beats you up, and runs off to, I guess, do everything himself? Except for he sucks, because you find him later at the Goblin Tower getting his butt kicked in, and then you kick his butt, and then I haven't seen him since, and I don't know if he'll be back. And after that, you go find the kidnapped people who were trapped in a cave, and they're like, you know, we fought the monsters off, but they trapped us in here, blah, blah, blah. But also, there's a portal down south that we need to close, but we can't because there's too many enemies. You know, maybe you can go check it out, or like, we don't know how to close it. So you go in, you do some puzzles, and then eventually find out that there's, like, a boss monster that's keeping the portal open or whatever. And you effectively clear that out, come out, and then the king's like, oh, the Knights of Tartarus are attacking. There are 4 of them. Go kill them all. MacGuffin. And so that's actually what I'm currently doing. I haven't beaten a single one of them because they suck. Well, no, they're really hard. They're hard to take out. I've only seen one of them and it 2-shot me. So if we're lucky, I can actually see. If we're lucky, I can actually get to the point where I can beat him. Right now, I'm just random grinding while trying to explain what the heck's going on. Let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, it also does kind of the Zelda-ish thing, where you find, like, items that effectively let you open up paths in the world a little bit more. So, for example, I've got... Let's see. So he wants to teach me Gem Trick. I actually don't want Gem Trick because I've got... Oh, shoot. Are there any attacks? There's absolutely attacks in Pokemon that do damage and cause confusion, but I don't remember. But effectively, I've got that, and it's really effective at locking enemies down half the time, which I really appreciate. See, Wanda, did you ever play the Game Boy Color Zeldas? Probably love them. I haven't. Well, okay, no, I played Link's Awakening. That's the only one I've played. I've never beaten. I'd like to someday. So at some point, we're gonna go back and finish my randomizer run of Link to the Past that I started. Probably after I'm back from my trip. And then I could consider start running through the old ones as well. Okay. So... The items that I've picked up to open up the world are a goblin pendant that turns me into a goblin that lets me use strength effectively, push big rocks around and so on and so forth. And then an armlet or something that lets me shoot out like wind cyclones to clear out certain blocks. I'm assuming it's like a work in progress because the blocks probably will be replaced with like whirlwinds or something. And then I also have a lantern, and supposedly there's a hook shot, but I haven't found it yet. I think it's here. Okay, so the attack that causes confusion is Dizzy Punch. Used to be Kangaskhan's signature move. Well, I got Dizzy Punch, and it's pretty good. Dizzy Punch and Life Drain are like my staple 2 spells. The rest are a little bit more helpful-ish. But like not staple moves. So let's go over my spell list, seeing as we're here. So I got Venom, just poisons an enemy, Imprison, Paralysis, and Celerity, which raises evasion, which actually really isn't that useful. Most of the fights are pretty short. I am an utter cannon of a man. Except for against these guys. I'm not actually very good at doing damage to them, but high defense. But like, even most boss fights only last, geez, about 3 rounds. Which is actually, it's kind of refreshing. It means I don't get stuck as much, which I like. Okay, I'm level 39. I'm trying to get to level 40 before I go into the pirate ship. Let's see. So what were the Game Boy Zelda games? There's Link's Awakening, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, and Minish Cap, which was Game Boy Advance, but still in the same category. I'd like to play Minish Cap, actually. Like, I think of all of them, Minish Cap is the most attractive one for me to want to play. Wow, okay, he died. Because that had some sweet pixel art that I have not seen in a whole lot of other games. You know what, actually? Why don't we go... Do we want to go on a detour? It might not be a bad idea to go on a detour for a second. I love the fact that enemies stay in the same place. So, when you, let's see, when you, like, transition out of a screen in most games where the enemies, like, are spawned into the world, they'll just disappear and you'll have to wait for them to respawn. In this one, the screen transitions mean nothing. It's just entirely, just for the sake of being old school. And so the enemies will actually follow you from off screen, which is really cool, actually. Because it means more or less, like, if I'm farming for monsters, I can be like, oh yeah, let's just turn right back around and fight that guy. I don't know, I like it when games do that. Let's see. So, am I planning anything fun on my trip, or all just work? I mean, it's not exactly work. I'm mostly just house hunting. Which is not... It's not... work? Oh, okay, I guess he just despawned. It happens occasionally. It's mostly going to be house hunting. I've got 7 different houses I think I'm looking at. To rent, not buy. I am not at that point in my life yet. Nor do I even know where I want to live. Like, I don't know how many of you guys watching this own houses, but I have no idea. Let's try imprisoning this guy. Let's see if he's immune to paralysis as well. He's immune to poison, or he just doesn't give a poop about poison. Let's see. But yeah, so like, I've never owned a house before. I know nothing about home ownership. I've never really even cared for it. It's like, I don't know where I'm gonna live. My parents, like, moved all over the country when I was younger. And it was one of those where, like, it always felt odd when they would buy houses. Because, like, even as a kid, I was kind of just like, why? Like, we're just gonna move in a couple of years again. Because that's just how it works. Like, that was just normal for my family, and yet they would buy houses. I rented a couple. We definitely rented a place in New Mexico twice. We rented 2 different places in New Mexico. We owned our house in California, rented a place in North Carolina, and then rented and then owned in Massachusetts. I guess it's not so bad, but it was one of those where it's like, I'm just so used to moving around that the idea of home ownership until I'm like 30 or 40 just seems silly. But yeah, so hopefully we can find something neat. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing for fun while I'm there. Midwinter is not exactly the best time to be touring anywhere, especially without a car. Because what I'm probably going to do is entirely just rely on... I'm just going to rely on public transportation to get around, and my feet. Because almost all of the houses are within like a 3-mile radius of each other. With one exception, which is like straight up across town. That one's gonna be a little bit more of a trek for, but worth it. Okay, spell attack went up by 3. Yes, speed by 2. Okay, so we're gonna... Now that I've hit that level, we get the skill. This is what kept me going with this game to some degree. I really like skill trees. I want more old school RPGs like this, but with even deeper skill trees. Because it's... I don't know... more fun? So let's do magic damage restores MP. If we're lucky, that'll make it so I can actually keep my spells sustained forever. Anyways, we're actually gonna warp back to... We're gonna warp back to town. Oh, no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to use Monster Stone. Okay, let's just do no. Okay, there was no way to cancel out of that. I want to use King's Flute. There we go. So King's Flute is effectively a warp wing or teleport. It just brings you back to town. For those of you that have not seen this before, it's got a lot of little neat features like that. Okay, so we want to forge some things. So we have a wooden staff. Let's make... Oh, we have multiple leather greaves. What? Leather greaves? Leather greaves. There we go. Okay, so we now have some storm boots. We want to make wood and wood. Yes. Okay, so we have a second wooden staff. So 2 wooden staves together gets me a spell staff. Awesome. Storm boots, spell staff. What else did I want to grab? Because I've already tried war boots, but I think storm boots might be better for what I'm doing. Let's see. I guess really the only thing I need are necklaces, iron, and string. Okay, so what do I currently have equipped? Because I might want to just strip naked and use what I got. Let's see, so war boots... cost me some speed, I think. No, actually... Oh! What the hell is this SPE stat? Let's use Meteorite and Spellstaff. I can't. Unfortunately, Meteorite's been nerfed. Let's see. Okay, so Necklace is HP and Speed versus the Leather Shield, which is defense and probably block. So, yeah, we should make the Amulet. And Spellstaff, which is just Spell Attack 27 versus Spell Attack 18. And EFF, which is probably Efficiency, which I don't think I need. And Leather Plate, which I can't take off? That's unfortunate. Okay. So I have 1 necklace. Let's see if I can make another. Okay, so let's make another necklace. Then mush them together. Okay. Then I gotta figure out how to make a leather plate. Leather and... iron. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I don't know how much iron we're rolling. Oh, no, we can do it. We can do it. We have just enough. And then this will be the end of the, this will be the end of crafting. I'm not entirely sure how just layering 2 pieces of leather armor on top of each other is really going to make better equipment, but you know what? I'm beyond questioning things. Okay, so we now have a padded vest. I'm also not sure how we get a padded vest out of leather plate, but you know what? Grand scheme of things, HP, speed, and defense. Yes! And HP and speed. So my speed, it should now be considerably higher than it was earlier. We're still glass cannoning it about as hard as we can, but if we're lucky, I won't get hit as often, because I'll go first. I wonder if meteorites are going to be that top slot. So supposedly meteorites used to be used to make like the high-end equipment in this game. Unfortunately, they were maybe too powerful, so the developer took them out. At least for a bit. Okay. So now we've got to retrace our steps back to Beach Town, but it's worth it, because, oh boy, I just got a bunch of extra stuff. It's gonna make my life so much easier. So yeah, if any of you guys are wondering about this game and haven't heard of it before, it's unsurprising. This game was more or less released with no PR or advertising on Steam. Which is a bit of a shame, and I totally understand like how that could happen, because most developers don't really pay too much of a mind to it. And they're like, yeah, somebody will pick it up maybe, or like people will find it organically, and Steam's just like, haha, yeah, through our cloud of garbage? No. And so he just randomly reached out to me. I think it was it Twitter? No, I think he sent me an email. And was just like, yo, you want to play this? And I was like, it came out in September. That kind of sucks, because I usually try and play relatively relevant games, you know, games that have come out recently. But I grew up with Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and then the Monsters series. And so I loaded this up for like an episode, and I was like, I actually really enjoyed this, because I just wandered around and died. Let's see. You actually want to go the other direction. But yeah, I just wandered around and died, and I was like, oh yeah, this is actually kind of fun. And then people really liked it, so I was like, alright, let's just do a full series on it. Unfortunately, it's early access, and will be early access for a couple more months, I think. Let's see, I think this is the right cave. I'm pretty sure it is. But I don't know, I like it. I think it's like 10 bucks on Steam. Absolutely worth it if you ask me. Like, I saw a couple of posts on Reddit, I think, talking about this. How people would actually really like it if, people would really like it if, Square Enix and, like, Nintendo and stuff just started making, like, I'm gonna call them, not experimental games, but, like, really old-school games on a budget. Kind of like, I guess for those of you that know, Ubisoft, how many of you guys saw Grow Home, or have played Grow Home? Because that's a really neat game, made by, I think, a small number of, like, Ubisoft developers, and, like, I really liked it. And, like, I want more games like that. Same thing with Child of Light. Like, yeah, it's cool to have Assassin's Creed Odyssey and whatever, but, like, it's so much more compelling for me. Wait, have I never opened this chest? I'll have to double check that the next time I come through. I don't know. Yeah, Grow Home and Grow Up are neat. Yeah, I liked them. I think I've already opened that treasure chest and it's just not showing it properly. But, like, I wish more studios would just, like, make indie games just here and there. Like, how cool would it be? What's a good example of, like, an amazing studio that can make... Well, okay, here's one. So we've got Doom Eternal Edition coming out in a couple of months. What if... Huh. yeah, they just have stuff in them again. I wonder if the update reset the, what's in the chests. But, like, what if the people that made Doom, for example, you know, after Doom Eternal Edition took a break and made an old-school Doom game with, like, some modern techniques, kind of like, oh, what's an easy example? Well, kind of like Project Warlock, if any of you guys remember me playing that game. You know, something might take a couple of months, sell it for $5-10, and then go back to working on Doom Eternal again. You know, instead of constantly having your people working on these, like, really high-end, you know, AAA products, give them kind of, I'm not gonna say, like, vacation games, but, like, smaller projects that they can try something experimental with. I bet that would make a massive difference in the industry. Oh, wait, isn't this place... One of these is, like, a complete dead end, and I don't remember if this is it or not. I think this is. No, this is not the dead end. This is where we want to go. That's the other way. That's the dead end. But, like, easy example would be... I Am Setsuna to some degree, and Lost Sphere. Like, those were pretty budget... those were pretty budget JRPGs as far as things were concerned. And I actually rather enjoyed them. We still haven't finished Lost Sphere. I'm kind of working on that. What the deucel is this thing? A swashbuckler. Does he have a clam head? What is up with his face? I'm trying to understand it. He's dead. I do a lot of damage. But, like, how do I describe this? Octopath. Another fairly budget JRPG. Probably took significantly less money to make, oh god, no. Alright. Probably took significantly less... money to make, Octopath than it did, like, Final Fantasy... Was it Final Fantasy 15? And I think Octopath, like, straight up... I'm not gonna say it sold better, but, like, reviews-wise, it did considerably better. And I want to say it was, like, one of the top games of, like, July this past year. Oh, I convert magic damage that I myself take into MP. Oh, that's weird. I thought it was the reverse. Okay, so how the hell do we do this? I bet we gotta go the other direction. These are some wild characters. Wait, is that a lady shark? Sea Legs is confused. Yeah, I think that's a lady. These are some odd characters. Well, we might as well just go up and try again, because I think I locked myself on this one. Yeah, here we go. I think so. I'm gonna be mad if I get locked here. Okay, let's just use Life Drain. I don't think I can kill... Never mind, I killed this one in one hit. Yep, there it goes. Higher defense than that other dude. Yeah, not enough EXP. Okay, so I just had to fill it in and we get the treasure chest. We got the captain's key. Yeah. I thought I goofed by one tile, but no, the X mark is actually how the, is where the chest shows up. I thought I was in trouble for a second, but we're good. But yeah, I think that's a mershark with boobs. Which is an odd one, but you know what? You know, it's whatever, I'm not judging. Is a captain's key used for this? Oh, that was easy. Aha! Skipping this whole process, I'll come back later. Actually, no. Well, it's fine. Life train! You use hoist, I use death. I do a lot of damage. I want to... Oh, he's going to teach me the spell hoist. Yes. I have learnt the spell hoist. So what stats does that boost? I've more or less just been ignoring it. Raises spell attack. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, actually. Can't tell if this is supposed to be particularly, like, sea shanty-y or what exactly. As usual, the music for this game is actually pretty good. It's unique. Oh, it doesn't look like I can do anything with this one. It also looks like we need the hookshot if I want to do anything with it. Let's see. I keep seeing those, like, those holes in the wall, and I'm like, that looks like a doorway, but no, I can't actually go through that. What? Do I need more captain's keys? It looks like. Okay, I think we still had like a couple more places that I could go down. Over here. No? Yes, there's one more place I can go down. So is this a Game Boy game? It's intentionally super old school and Game Boyish, but it is not actually a Game Boy game. This is on Steam, of all things. Which I think is actually fairly reasonable. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Bunch of rocks, a couple of hookshot points. Keep wandering. Aha! Oops. Ah, okay, camera did not like that. So what do we do with this? Unfortunately, it's kind of hard for me to tell. Probably want to push it this way. Problem is I cannot tell you where these rocks are supposed to be. And until we get the hookshot, I'm not going to be able to find that out easy. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. There's got to be another... Yell at me if I pass a staircase I haven't been up or down yet. I guess I haven't gone this direction. They really nailed the retro look. Yeah, when I loaded this up, I was actually really taken aback by it, because it's like... You know, I was just kind of assuming it was going to be kind of quaint, but like, I also said, if this came out on a Game Boy, you know, back when I was a kid, I would have bought it, and I wouldn't have even thought twice, and I also would have loved it, because this is exactly the kind of game that, like, I would generally look for, sort of? I don't know. I was the idiot that thought Conker's Pocket Tales were good. I mean, maybe they were. I don't think so. It didn't strike me as particularly great. Okay, so there's nothing else here. It was a dead end. Because, yeah, we've got to find the hookshot somewhere. And if not here, then I don't entirely know. They dumped a Game Boy Color collection on Steam. I'd eat it all up. Dude, that'd be awesome. I would love it. Maybe not on Game Boy or Game Boy Color. Personally, I would love it if they did it on the Switch. Just because I want more excuses to play on my Switch. That's a nice console. I think it's a bit of a shame that the, okay. It's a bit of a shame that the Wii U more or less got dunked on. Oh, I don't think I've been this way yet. Because, like, the Wii U could have been like half of what the Switch was, but they bailed on it really fast because of marketing mistakes, which actually makes complete sense, but sad for me because I like that platform. I've got a really sweet one too, comparatively, because it's got like extra designery elements for Wind Waker. 15 gold coins. I don't need a single one. Aha! Okay, how do we do this? Okay, so I want to push this 2 ways there. Oh, actually, I've just got it. I've solved it. Hello. Burn, baby, burn. Looks like you can also push it. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to light the cannon. I get what it's putting down. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised we haven't seen more games kind of like this over the past well, I guess 8 years, 9 years really, of like the indie game boom? I'm gonna call it a boom, because like, you know, here's all these like lovely games that, you know, here's all these. There were so many like lovely games back in the day, on the Game Boy, on, you know, Game Boy Advance and whatever. And a lot of those like games almost have never seen like a proper resurgence, revitalization, I don't know. Like, for example, old school Zelda likes were awesome. You know, Link to the Past, Minish Cap, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages. You know, that kind of game design was awesome, and I haven't seen a whole lot of indie studios even try and tackle, you know, making that sort of game. And it actually makes me a bit sad, because, like, I'd love to see what people do. You know, we have, like, It'll Do, and, like, Tunic, and a couple other games, but, like, for how many people grew up playing Link to the Past, there's very few games that actually even try and do similar stuff. And so, like, I think that's why this game stands out for me a little bit, because, like, there's so many kind of crap RPG Maker games, but there's very few, like, faithful old school, like, properly old school games.